This is Kimmy Kim, and welcome back to my channel. Today is part 2 of possibly 3 parts to my Tim Holtz series of journals, junk journals. I call them junk journals. They're not real junky, in my opinion, but they have that feel to it. So I guess you could call it a journal or a junk journal, whichever you prefer. But part 1, we went over, I kind of told you what was in the journals and the materials and all that. So I'm not going to go through that with these next 2 journals, just so I'm not repetitive and boring you to death. And I don't need you to, fall asleep on me. So we went over this one. I called it The Journey, and I called it that because of the plate on the front. It says, "The Journey Awakens the Soul." And it's 5 1/4, 7 1/4, 100 pages, and wallflower was the theme of that journal. And I think today we'll go over Curiosities. We'll start with Curiosities. And everything is Tim Holtz, like the first one. Not many things will be different except for some ephemera. This is 72 pages. It's 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, and its theme for its paper was Tim Holtz's Lost and Found collection. And it has a plate. It says Curiosities, and the picture on the front with the cute little kids, that's by Nick the Booksmith. I'll try and bring that closer because the lighting, I always pick times of the day when the lighting just is terrible. The material, the fabric, is Tim Holtz, and here's a better view of it. It's the little bottle tops, and I have some cheesecloth underneath this spine, and then this knitted lace type trim here covering the spine. And it's a Tim Holtz bulb pin and jump ring and clover for part of his charms. And of course his plate, Curiosities. The paper here as well in the background. That may have been from his correspondence collection. And I have some fabric underneath, some little trim behind it. It has a hitch post for a fastener and sari silk that I coffee dyed or stained, however you want to say. And I always go blank with what these are called. What are these called? Eyelets. That's the eyelet there. And I guess we'll just get into it. So this was a lot of fun to make. The inside I used muslin, but I coffee stained it. So if you look, I don't know if you can see. Well, yeah, you can see the coffee stains in the pattern and behind to give it that distressed old feeling. And there's some more of it. And I made a double pocket here. This ephemera here that I'm holding is from Tsunami Rose. And let's see what this little one is. I think this is a Tim Holtz one. Oops. This was just in my stash. I don't remember that one, sorry. Okay, and here's the paper. I'm pretty sure all the paper in this journal is from the Lost and Found. And here are he's got a clip that he had with numbers on it, and this is a number 4. And some little ephemera from one of his packs of ephemera. And I had mentioned in the first video, I've been collecting Tim Holtz things for a very long time, so I have quite a collection, and it was time for me to use it. I mean, I was just collecting it. It was just like getting dust because I just wasn't putting it to use. So I'm really happy about these journals. I really hope that y'all enjoy them. They are available in my Etsy shop. All three of these were put up last night. And yeah, so if you have any questions, just message me. You can always private message me, my email, or on Etsy. And it's Crafts by Kimmy Kim, and it's with a K, with the crafts. So here I have I like to put little quotes. Here's William Shakespeare, and I made a little journaling card, coffee stained. And I like to stencil my coffee papers. I love this with all the pictures. It's really neat. I made a belly band, and these are Tim Holtz. And if you're interested in knowing which packs for the ephemera, just message me and I can look that up. I can figure it out. Here's an inventory tag I got from Tattered Dreams. This is tracing paper that I coffee dyed. This is parchment paper for calligraphy writing. Here's a little pocket that I did some stenciling. A little bit of a clock on there. And this folds out so you have some writing space there. And a little bitty tuck spot here. And that's on graph paper. Most everything's coffee dyed, so I'll try not to repeat that. Here is a page out of my Sears catalog. It's an old Sears catalog. Vellum paper. My middle here with my ties, I put little jingle bells on it. And you can cut them off or keep them or take them off, whatever you like. And I love this stencil. It's a Tim Holtz stencil. Again, the other side of the catalog, and it's some lighting. And here's a pocket here with some Tim Holtz ephemera. This little typewriter, it's so cute. And this little bitty tuck spot here. And again, some parchment paper. Here's some ephemera. This, I believe, is Tsunami Rose. And I just made these paper clips and used some sari silk to put on them. So I did that. Let's see, did we go? Yeah, I didn't even say, but it's throughout. And here's a belly band with his little things that make life big. That's his ephemera. It was an old kit that came in a box that most of these cards came out of. Here's another, I think they're all William Shakespeare quotes in this book. Here's some cards, journaling cards. These are all Tim Holtz. Enjoy this journey. I love that. And this elephant pocket here is just cut out from one of his paper pads. And I have an inventory tag. This one I had ordered off of eBay, a bunch of inventory tags. And I did a little something different on that one. Okay. I like his tickets. I like all the color. And here, let's see, this is a layaway card. That was ordered off eBay as well. And this is part of that pack I was telling you about that came in a box. And it's got, you know, some writing space, and this is like a check. Vellum, little bingo paper. There's the bottle caps. Everything is stitched too. It's sewed. I don't think I mentioned that. The journal itself is sewed all around as well. And there's some vellum. He has a vellum, what am I trying to say? Paper pad. Woo, that took a while to get out. Yeah, he's got a paper pad, and you can cut out little pieces of ephemera from it. And here's another page from the Sears catalog. And I use vellum. This is just some sketch paper that I left the, where the spiral was, I left that there. And this is Tsunami Rose, I believe. Don't quote me on that one. It's hard because I buy a lot of the digital art, especially for ephemera. Kind of goes all together sometimes. Here's an old music book that I had. Some vellum. Little jingle bells again. I try to put one on top and one on bottom. And I did not pick the music. I just randomly took music out of this old music book that I have. And I was laughing with my daughter because we were like, okay, we've got America, My Country 'Tis of Thee, and Yankee Doodle. I was like, that's kind of cute with this whole American kind of theme going on. Ball-pointed pens. This is ephemera. I think it's either Nick the Booksmith or it's Tsunami Rose. And I use Sorry Silk on the tag as well. This little piece is a little belly band on my pocket. And it's just like a report card. Little tiny report card. It's cute. The Sears catalog again. It's so thin. The paper's really thin. A quote by William Shakespeare. And the belly band. It's all sewn in. Here's a piece of vellum. Dressmaking guide. That's from his pad. Remember the Now. And that is from his kit that he had in that box that I keep telling y'all about. I wish I still had the box, but I took all the ephemera out. So I can't tell you what that one is. Just made this little journaling card and put some trim on there. And then this is from one of his packs. Okay, bottle tops. And this is one of his ephemera. Oh gosh, you know, I don't remember where the envelope where I got it. It was off Etsy. And then this, I think, is Nick the Booksmith. It's, you know, inked up and distressed. And some stenciling, the rulers, the images. And here I've brought in some color. This was still part of Lost and Found. It was just on the back side. And here's just a little piece of ephemera for that little pocket. And these are one of his cards that he has, a box of the photos. And I thought that was really nice for this. Some tracing paper. Again, some music. And graph paper. Here I have a little belly band on the pocket and a little map of the United States. And here's some ephemera from him. I think this ephemera is from Tsunami Rose, and this comes from his little photo collection. And that's on parchment paper. This is from Tsunami Rose, this piece of ephemera. These are different stencils. Again, the little jingle bells. William Shakespeare quote. Here's some vellum. This is the photographic album, it says. And one of his journaling cards. I really like his big journaling cards, and you really can get a lot of use out of them. Some graph paper, some music, tracing paper. Here's an old library card. This is from, it's not too old, it goes back to the 80s. Looks like 82. And here's a piece of ephemera from him, and then this opens to journal on or put photos. A piece of ephemera from Tsunami Rose, and this one is one of Tim Holtz. And I did put a back pocket, a couple of them, with some ephemera, and that's all Tim Holtz and Tsunami Rose. So that is Curiosities. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go through the next one instead of having a total of 3 parts. I think we have enough time. I'll go through fairly quickly. So this one I call Flight, and it is from his, I think it's the Correspondence, yeah, Correspondence collection. And the fabric is Tim Holtz. And I have some cheesecloth, coffee dyed cheesecloth, and then some more of his fabric underneath. One of his pins, I don't know what you call them, that says Thoughts. The parcel post is from an ephemera pack of his, as well as the photograph. And here's the back side. It's got the airplanes, the eyelet. This one I just used an elastic band on the post. I took some sari silk and some seam binding, and I just wrapped it through and tied a bow. So that's how that is. And we'll get started. Okay, so this one's fun. Okay, this one is a Tsunami Rose. Let's see, we got 2 pockets here. The lining in this is also Tim Holtz. This is from his ephemera pack. This one's Tsunami Rose. I used one of his, these are Brad's, and he's got the numbers, and I used that, and one of his clips with the numbers. And so for the Brad, I just put one of his pieces of ephemera over it, so you didn't see, you know, the ugliness of the Brad. And these are just pieces of ephemera from his, one of his kits. This is as well. This was in my stash. I'm not sure who I bought that from. I'm sure someone on Etsy. Really fun collection this one is. It's kind of like red, white, and blue. All airmail, things like that. And here's an old piece of the Sears catalog. This is just construction paper. This is a little piece of vellum. They're all coffee stained. As you can see, there's no rhyme or reason to most of them. This is some sari silk attached to this belly band. And here are some journaling cards from his paper pack. And there's the postage paper. The back side with the stripes. I really liked this picture. I thought it was so adorable. I, for the life of me, can't remember if it was Tim Holtz or Nick the Booksmith. She's got some really cool pictures, so it might have been. And then I used one of his airmail pieces of ephemera, just attached it there, and there's one of his clips with the number 2 on it. I can't find those clips anywhere anymore. And here's the strings inside, so you can do with what you'd like with those. They're long, so you can keep them long or cut them short. These are all vellum. Here's another one of those clips. This is a number 8 with the ticket. I used a little bit of material on this pocket and then put ephemera on top. And this is his paper. And this is from his ephemera. This is like a little tag. And here I have special delivery, and then I have an old dictionary, and in it, you know, I like to just take out words as I need them. And this is mail. So it's the system used in the public sending and delivering the letters, parcels, etc. post. So I thought that was cute. And then it has mailman. And it's all sewn, and this is from his ephemera. He has one of his kits that have like all these tiny pieces, and I'm always looking for ways to use them, so I thought that was cute there. Here's from some of his ephemera, and these are his pictures. And the Sears catalog. Again, a paper clip that I have some seam binding on. And then I just clipped on United States Lines cabin class. It's for an airline. And on this belly band, I put some sari silk, then put some ephemera on there. I have a bulb pin here with his jump ring and the number 5 charm. He's got some charms that have numbers on them. I distressed like an index card with no lines there for journaling space, and these are from his ephemera pack. And see, this is where the sari silk goes up and meets and then ties in the bow through the center. And I like these tickets, the paper. Here I layered as well on this pocket. I have some fabric and then some tickets here. And let's see, sari silk on my tags. And the ephemera is Tim Holtz. This is, oh, what kind of paper is this? I went blank. It's super soft, and I can't think of the name of it. If it comes to me, I'll tell you. It's a surprise. And this is more of his ephemera. And I attached some to the pocket. And his bird. I like the map of the world here. U.S. Airmail, 6 cents. And here's some of his ephemera. I love that paper. It's cute. Coffee stains, you know, they're just how it worked out of the oven. I use the oven to dry mine because I don't have a lot of room. My kitchen's not real big to lay it all out to dry. So it just kind of dries whichever. And this is graph paper. And some cheesecloth and ephemera on the pocket. And here's some ephemera of his. An old dictionary page. Vellum. Dictionary. This is a little word card on some graph paper. And here's another picture. This is really cute. I thought this went well. It's a cute picture. It's one of his, from his pack as well. And it's either Story Silk or seam binding on all the clips, paper clips, and tags. And on this paper here, I put a little piece of ephemera, a little airmail. And here's some ephemera of his and an inventory tag that I got on eBay. I can't think of the name of this paper. Oh, that's going to drive me crazy. This belly band has Sorry Silk on it and some airmail ephemera. And this ephemera is Tim Holtz. And here's the back. And this card here is Tsunami Rose. And this tag here is Tim Holtz, cabin class, stateroom. Kind of cute. And I just, oh, it looks like I have a twine on there, but it's not. It's a picture of twine. Oh, that's funny. I cracked myself up. So anyway, that is Flight. And my collection. So here's Journey. There's Flight. And here's Curiosities. So I thank y'all for sitting through and viewing them all for me, and all your support. It was hard work making these, and I really enjoyed doing it. And it was just a lot of fun hunting down all the materials and things like that. So I hope you enjoyed as much as I do, and you can find them in my Etsy shop. And thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great weekend, and take care and be safe.